leaves to come home. Cecilia, you're breaking everyone that you need, baby. As you walk down the street, baby, gonna ask you why you're walking all alone. Why you're on your own. Just say I'm gone.
Sunday evening at 5 on RSU Public TV.
Monday night at 11 on RSU Public TV.
On Two-Way Street, public policy experts debate the issues.
The trouble is that when the price of food goes through the roof, the poorest starve.
So much of what government does is an attempt to clean up the mess that it created from another program.
There's a real loss of reporting power.
Legalization is not the answer.
Pakistan is a failed state. We all know that now.
Join us for the next Two-Way Street with host Bob Bowden.
Sunday afternoon at 3 on RSU Public TV.
Are you wondering, does RSU Public Television really pay attention to what I have to say? The answer is yes, we do. We listen to all those Rosemary and Thyme fans and are bringing it back in March for one last run, just for you. As a member, it's essential for you to support and offer us input because thousands of viewers make up RSU Public Television. We wouldn't be here if you weren't here. So call me at 918-343-7882 or stop by the website at rsupublictv.org.
Wayland Baptist men shoot 54% from the field in the first half and hold a lead over Rogers State 37-34 as the Hillcat half-court halftime shot extravaganza is going on at the Claremore Expo Center. Back courtside, Sean Team and Steve Bontrager with you. And we nearly had a make there. It hit off the front of the rim. No good. 37-34 here at the intermission. Rogers State men fell behind by as many as 5 to Wayland. Right now it's a 3-point Pioneer lead. To the Hillcat halftime show statistics, Rogers State from the field shooting 43%, 12 of 28. Hillcats have made 5 threes, 5 on 9 tries, 5 of 6 from the free throw line for 83%. Conversely, Wayland 13 of 24, 54%, 5 of 9 from downtown for 56%. From the free throw line, Pioneers 6 of 11 for 55%. Rogers State out-rebounds Wayland 17-15. Hillcats 7 offensive rebounds. Wayland with 6 offensive boards. Rogers State 2 assists, 7 turnovers, 1 block, and 4 steals. Wayland 5 assists, 5 turnovers, 1 block, and 3 steals. Individually, 2 in double figures here in the first half. Both the players with 11. Jason Griffin to lead Wayland and Sylvester Spicer to lead the Hillcats. Spicer in the first half with 11 points to put him over the 1,000-point mark in his Rogers State career. So he becomes the first member of the Rogers State men's basketball program to score 1,000 points, and he's done it in less than 3 full seasons. The rest of the Hillcats scoring 9 for John Boyd off the bench. He had 3 rebounds in 12 minutes. Lance Sullivan and Deverick Taylor with 6 points each. Deverick with 2 triples in the first half. 2 scored by Chris Francis off the bench. Rogers State's players that suited up and played the first half but did not score. Theo Davis, he had 4 rebounds, 3 defensive boards. Alex Ewing, Reggie Burnett, Matt Kellogg, and Jeremy Marseille round out those that played but did not score. I said 11 for Jason Griffin of Wayland. Also 9 points chipped in by Bobby Watkins. 5 of those came at the free throw line. He was 5 of 9 from the charity stripe of the first half. 6 scored by Rishi Kakad. He was 2 of 5 from downtown. 5 and 3 rebounds for Rodrigo Silva. Johnny Terra with 4 points and 3 boards. And 2 points for Tommy Sanders, who had 3 assists, 0 turnovers at the point guard spot in the first half for Wayland. He also registered 2 rebounds. Chase Turner played but did not score in the first half for Wayland. Rogers State outscored in the paint 14-12. Second chance points, RSU 6-4. Bench points, each team with 11. Rogers State trails it at half by 3, 37-34.
The one thing that really concerned me is you have 12 baskets and only 2 assists. So that means every basket has been one-on-one basketball. That's not the Hillcats. We got to get the ball moving on transition, quick passes, layups, dunks, and everybody's having to work too hard. Also, Lance Sullivan only 2 shots that's not enough for him. I look for him to come out, be more aggressive the second half, take over, and get some buckets, get him going.
Rogers State men down at halftime to the visiting club from Plainview, Texas. Wayland Baptist leads at 37-34. Come back with the RSU Feature Athlete of the Week interview. It's John Boyd up next on the Hillcat Halftime Show, presented by RSU Public TV and RSU Radio.
Hi, I'm Charlie from Bartlesville, and RSU Public TV belongs to you and me.
You can find the sculptures of Sandra Van Zandt practically all over the United States. She's created hundreds of bronze statues, wildlife, Will Rogers, and much more. We'll meet her on the next Green Country Perspectives.
Friday night at 8:30 on RSU Public TV.
Do you like muscle cars? Join Alan, the owner, Megan, the shop girl, and the rest of the crew for a muscle car workout. A program dedicated to the trials and victories of renovating muscle cars.
Mark Twain once wrote, 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did. So throw off the bow lines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream. We try to provide a place where you can catch those trade winds right here at RSU Public Television. Please help us shape the future of RSU Public TV by visiting our website at rsupublictv.org and providing us feedback by taking a short survey. Thank you.
Welcome back into Hillcat basketball. Steve Braun alongside our featured athlete, a senior guard from Columbus, Ohio, Lance Sullivan. Lance, thanks for joining me.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
All right, this is your first year at RSU. You're a senior. There's usually some assumed responsibility to be a leader on a team. Is it kind of difficult, though, when it's your first year here?
Well, yeah, it was extremely difficult. Coach Williams was trying to figure out who he kind of wanted to be a leader, and me being a senior, me having probably the most experience, I was kind of thrown into that role, and it's been kind of tough for me, not knowing necessarily all the players' personality initially, but I think over the course of time, I'm getting a little better at it.
And how difficult is it just learning the plays? I mean, to come into an offense and understand it, and maybe when to press it and when to pull it back a little bit as well.
Right. That was a struggle for me initially going on, especially in practice. But the team and the players and the coaching staff has been working with me and trying to make sure that I'm running the team and trying to be the best leader.
And like you said, you're one of the older guys on the team. You have some experience playing at the Division II level in NCAA and then playing at Langston last year. How is it coming into a team, being new, and have some of that knowledge along as well? I guess it kind of rolls into that leadership role as well.
Well, I think we have some knowledgeable players. I try to lead by example most of the time, and I'm not necessarily the most outspoken guy, but I try anytime a player or anybody needs help, and we try to give and take and do it like that.
You lead the team in points, 15.41 per game. Assists per game with 3.8, almost 4, and then you lead in steals with about 2 a game. What is the one thing that maybe you like the most? Which one of those are you most proud of?
I would definitely most say assists, even though it's lower than what I would want it to be. Maybe 6 or 7 would be ideal, but I would definitely say assists because I like to get other people involved, and I like to see my teammates score buckets.
You're 6th in the NAIA Division I in three-point shooting, nearly 50% average. What's that like? I mean, I can't shoot like that. Most people watching this can't shoot like that. Kind of describe it for us.
Well, sometimes when you get into your zone, things can get going. It's exciting to feel like the basket is big, but I kind of necessarily haven't been shooting great lately, but it's a pretty good feeling knowing that if a player backs off that I feel like I have confidence to knock it down. So a lot of hard work went into it, and something that I'm definitely proud of.
Coming off a tough loss to Southern Naz, how do you guys bounce back?
Well, now we just gotta move forward. We got a big game coming up here tomorrow against a quality opponent, and we just gotta try to forget about it. We're gonna try to watch film, learn some things, figure out some things, come in with a great game plan, and just try to move forward. Right now, being 8th in the conference and still not counting ourselves out though, and believing and staying confident is gonna be key.
Quickly, who's probably the best player all time that you've played against?
I would have to either go with Andrew Lavender, who used to play down here at Oklahoma, or a guy back at home named Esteban Weaver.
Okay, and one more real quickly. Who is the one guy on the team that you would pay to watch?
If we count team, that would be a tough one because I play with them so much, but I definitely would pay to see both coaches in their prime.
All right. That's Lance Sullivan, our featured athlete, more Hillcat basketball right here on RSU Public Television and RSU Radio 91.3 FM.
The squad will initially be quite small, concentrating signs such as
woof woof bang bang.
UCOS, Unsolved Crime and Open Case Initiative. Welcome to the squad. A drink?
Yeah, I'll have a brandy and coke, thanks, sweetheart. Superintendent Pullman's your new governor, not me.
I don't trust you and I don't like you.
Must have been scared, though.
Oh, yeah, must be, yeah.
Tuesday night at 9 on RSU Public TV.
Rome, in the year AD 80, and the newly built Colosseum.
In 1162, deep in the heart of Asia, a child was born. His name, Genghis Khan.
For every missing person,
2 women who disappeared off the face of the earth.
for every lost soul, they will get the answer.
Do you care what happens to your body after you die? There are a growing number of people who do. Because dead bodies have become big business.
A body could be worth up to $250,000.
Back inside the Claremore Expo Center, Rogers State men trail it at halftime, 37-34. The Rogers State women victorious earlier tonight against Wayland Baptist, but right now, Steve Bontrager, a little bit tougher sledding for the men's team down at half.
Well, we've got to do a better job defensively and stay in front of our penetration. I mean, they're just penetrating, kicking, and guys are going to work inside. And then offensively, we still, like I said before, we only had 2 assists in one half. That's unheard of to me. That just means everybody's just one-on-one. And they've done a good job. Give Wayland credit for spreading us out. But we've got to do a better job of moving the basketball and then cutting down penetration. If we do that, it should walk away with a win here.
Before we start second half, here's some halftime scores around the Sooner Athletic Conference in men's basketball. To this point, Southern Nazarene at the half leads Mid-America 48-46. Northwestern at Oklahoma Baptist only down by 5 at the half, 35-30. Oklahoma Christian all over St. Greg's in Shawnee, 50-32. Oklahoma City leads at USAO, 34-31. And John Brown leads at home against Lubbock Christian, 36-32. These are finals from earlier tonight in women's basketball. Rogers State women, of course, won it 61-47 over Wayland. These are also final scores. St. Greg's upends Oklahoma Christian 56-46. That helps out the Hillcats. Oklahoma